Hello, it's been a freaking minute. It's been a long time coming that I had an older VGC friend of mine, somebody that I met really early on in my journey, on the channel with me, because this guy, in my opinion, is a crazy chef, always coming up with something delicious in the kitchen. I mean, you see what's on screen right now. There's some quirky stuff here, so I want to introduce, some of you should know him, Jimmeh, that guy Jimmeh, another fellow tuber and VGC player. Tell the people hello, Jimmeh.
Hi.
Perfect. That we rehearsed that, people. I hope that delivered.
Hello. Hi.
Yes.
It's Jimmeh. I do Jimmeh things. I make a lot of weird mons work and a lot of mainly online limitless tours, as well as bring objectively not very good Pokemon to in-person events. But you know what? I have fun and I still make it kind of work. So that's all I can really ask for.
Yeah, I feel like I get to uniquely speak on this, on him delivering on that promise, because me and Jimmeh first queued up against each other in Hartford, Connecticut, I think in 23. It was the final round of the event for both of us. I don't think any of us had a chance at that point to make day 2, so we were playing for honor, for glory, just playing for the sake of playing. And I queued up against him.
We were playing for staying positive is what we were playing for.
Yes, it's just trying to maintain a positive record. And I did not end up with that fortunate positive record, because my man was on thick, fat Hariyama in the era of Iron Hands. So Jimmeh, if you check out his channel, it should be linked in the description, has also a lot of like discussion videos. So I'm thinking there's definitely a future for me and Jimmeh to do a little bit of that on the channel. Just maybe something that I'm content style I haven't done before, but you guys I'm sure would enjoy a couple of boys shooting the wind. So yeah, look forward to that. Today, though, we're on another Jimmeh special, in my opinion. Not Krogunk, not Wigglytuff, not Thick Fat Hariyama. Those are artifacts of the past. It's time for Shadow Force Griseous Core Giratina. And this team actually has history, right? You did good in the GC with this thing.
Yeah, let me check on my actual rating. It was in the top 500. I got 415th place in the GC with a rating of 1600 using this team. And it was... really fun. My first day with it, I think it was like I ended up going 6-6 on day 1 of me doing it, and then literally 12 hours later, I only had about a 24-hour window to play the games because I've been so busy. But 12 hours later, I queued up again, and I went 8-1 on the second day. Or yeah, 8-1. So I went from 6-6 to what was it, 21-7? I think was my final record.
Yeah, that's insane, bro.
So I had a really good turnaround on the second day.
Dude, I see the visions. When I first picked up this team, when Jimmeh sent me the pace, I mean, there's some things that were immediately confusing to me. I mean, there's the Covert Cloak Incin is not a common set. I personally have no experience with Assault Vest Miraidon. I'm not used to the damage thresholds, but I do get it, right? You were saying this imitates some of the Ho-Oh Miraidon teams that have been going around, and there's a lot of that. You have the Levitate with the Giratina. You can spam Earthquake on the treads. You have the bundle for speed control. Like, there's a lot of like good stuff, just classical Miraidon core things, and then Giratina as a unique damage outputter.
Yeah, Giratina basically exists on this team as a check to a lot of common stuff. So like Koraidon specifically can't really hurt Giratina. Thanks to its Ghost Dragon typing. Groudon can't hurt it because of Dragon typing plus Levitate. I did have one game in the GC where it ended up with a Groudon versus Giratina endgame, and in the sun, Heat Crash was doing about 14 damage to Giratina, which is, you know, hilarious.
Damage.
And then also, if anyone here hates playing against Ursaluna, Giratina is your guy.
Immunity to both Facade and immunity Headlong Rush is incredible. I want to queue up against that in these games today. We didn't even talk about Iron Bundle with Rain Dance yet.
Yeah, Iron Bundle with Rain Dance is kind of a menace too. That's my answer to specifically the Koraidon Weezing team.
Okay.
Because into that team, like, obviously they have ability shield Koraidon. It's problematic even if you get an Icy Wind, or like you risk the Icy Wind missing to outspeed with like Miraidon plus bundle, and then you're still not KOing anything. I figured the best way to deal with that would just be to have the fastest thing in the game. Change the weather entirely so you can just ignore Koraidon for like the first 2 or 3 turns.
I totally get that. Yeah, having like the speedy weather control that's not dependent on Prankster or something is like super, super nice. So I love that.
And a lot of people like expect Encore anyway, so I feel like in close team sheet, people aren't going to protect in front of bundle too often anyway.
Okay, well then the last thing that I really want to cover, I mean, I think at least I briefly mentioned Covert Cloak Ensign. Like, that's an extremely useful little like techie tool here, so that you can like always make sure you're faking out what you want, regardless of what kind of a faster fake out pressure they're offering, right? That's going to be huge on the team as well. But also, I don't think we've covered the in my opinion, the clickbait. This is why you should use Giratina. That little headline comes in the form of like Banded Dragapult using Phantom Force is a different move than Giratina using Shadow Force. Jimmeh had to break this down for me. I didn't even catch this. Yes, Shadow Force is a base 120 power move, right?
So Shadow Force is a clone of Phantom Force. It is the exact same move, but with a better animation, which we'll see at some point in the video, and also 33% stronger, because instead of it being 90 power like Phantom Force, Shadow Force is 120. And when you factor in Giratina also having 120 attack, just like Dragapult, and the Grizziest Core being a 1.2 times boost, it actually comes out to be, I think you did the math on it, and said it was like about 5% stronger than Banded Phantom Force from Dragapult.
Like the difference between a Banded Dragapult dropping Phantom Force and the Grizziest Core Giratina dropping Shadow Force is about like a 5% damage boost, which like that doesn't sound like a lot, but to know that Giratina has the flexibility of multiple move slots, right? You can protect, you can shadow sneak, and you're still outputting a significant chunk more damage. That's incredible.
Yeah, and again, like people who have used Phantom Force or have seen Phantom Force from Dragapult with a choice band before, you know how strong that move is, and so
absolutely. Now
you don't have to worry about the choice band lock, and you're also not made of glass. Giratina also has 150 HP stat and 100 in each defenses. So
Tonky Ghost, yes.
Yeah, and keep in mind too, like I don't love the Terra Ghost in terms, but Terra Ghost in this case against something like Miraidon, like let's say they want to go for a Dazzling Gleam, or a Draco Meteor, and let's say you can like position around terrain or move first or something. Terra Ghost is now a defensive Terra too into that, and also offensive, so it's pretty fun.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, man. I think we should just get on ladder and try and tool on some people here.
Yeah, have fun.
Borrowing this for sure. Let's do it. All right. Here we go.
Let's see. So we're up against a Miraidon Cali team with screens, and Landorus specifically is kind of scary.
Yeah, absolutely.
Landorus is always kind of a problem, but nice, Iron Bundle is pretty massive into Landorus. I think Iron Bundle Miraidon is actually like a super safe lead here.
Yeah, I can
if you were to do that, I can see
definitely want General Grissius.
Yep. Okay,
that
so you
nickname just killed me.
Yep. And then don't forget that the Emperor is the Lightning Boy over there.
Heck yeah.
I think Farigiraf will also be good here because it has a good matchup into some of this stuff defensively, and also can like block fake out if they lead Ensign turn 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I think having the Frig pivot is really, really nice. Yeah, it's great against Cali. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So we got to make sure we definitely pay attention to where this Landorus is. I think having the Giratina as a back pivot is also very, very nice.
Yeah, Giratina is really good into dealing with the Landorus. It's good into the Urshifu, assuming that is water bear instead of dark bear.
Okay, I didn't have music up. There we go. Okay, good. We're rocking and rolling now.
Let's see what they got.
What's the lead, friend? Dropping Grim and Cali. Okay.
Cool. Well, Bundle isn't super great in this lead.
No.
But I think that's okay. I think you can go for probably, I would just say Terra Electric and Volt Switch into Farig turn 1 would be really good here.
So you want to drop that Terra Electric on probably the Calais, right? I don't imagine that they're going to be trying. Yeah, they're not going to be trying to protect and play passive here. This is going for damage or setting up speed control early.
Yeah, I would go for Terra Electric Volt Switch, and then you can't really do too much with Bundle. I know you might as well freeze. I would say you might as well freeze dry here at this point. I think just to try and get some damage onto the Cali.
Okay, yeah, okay, I can see that.
It also covers for like Terra Grass if that's what they're going to go for.
Oh god, yeah, kill me, man. Terra Grass, Cali. All right, this is fine. We'll rip some damage. We can get into probably the Farig.
this is a really good example of why Bundle can be bad and why Encore is better, because you could also just Encore the Grimmsnarl turn.
Yeah, the Grimmsnarl
here.
right now, just lock it into whatever it's going to do. The screen,
He's going to go for Light Screen. He didn't Terra, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Freeze Dry, not going to do anything, but that's okay.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, we're not in a great spot, but we're not in a bad spot either, because Frigg is going to eat up whatever hits they want to throw out. We can hit him with a foul play.
Yeah, honestly, it's just the Frigg that's going to be able to do so much pressure. Okay, get in there, Giraffe. Let's see.
So, and what else do they have in the back? I imagine they're going to click Reflect this turn to help with the foul play stuff. I think you do the exact same play, just foul play, freeze dry the Cali this turn, and then next turn I would say go for the Trick Room reversal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think, like, realistically, what is there any? I don't really think. Unfortunately, yeah, this bundle kind of has to sit here because I don't really want to throw either of our dragons to the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think that like they're not going to switch Grimmsnarl out yet.
No.
But I think next turn you could go for like a freeze dry the Grim and then reverse the Trick Room.
The other thing that's nice is the bundle really isn't under that much pressure either, though, which is good because in a world where they didn't bring, if Landorus is in the back or Miraidon's in the back, the bundle handles both. So we don't want to lose it, but it's also not under any real threat right now.
And you also have a 4x resistance to.
Holy, that did so much. Okay, yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. We saw how much damage the foul play did there, so we just get to do that again next turn.
This should not do.
This ain't gonna do that much. Yeah.
It's a pretty good chunk, but yeah, not terrible amount.
So now on this next turn, I think you either reverse Trick Room and freeze dry the Grim, or you foul play and then freeze dry the Grim. I think I'm down to.
I think I'm down. Well, it's gonna. You have to imagine they're just gonna protect.
I think you foul play this. I think you foul play this turn. Weirdly enough,
I'm with you on that.
I think he is going to protect, but here's the thing, right?
Absolutely.
If he protects this turn and you reverse Trick Room, next turn he's able to just do it again. He's able to just like send the Trick Room or Heart Swap if he wants to.
I mean, is there not a world where
damage.
Can Miraidon come back in here though? If we're reading the hard,
actually, reading the you know what? No, I like that more. I like foul play the Cali and then bring in Miraidon, because we saw that Frigg was also slower than Cali here.
Yes. So if they
either he protects and you don't get the foul play and you get to foul play next turn.
Yep.
Or he doesn't foul play and you get to do that play next.
Yeah. It would be. I mean, maybe he. Okay, so there's the protect. Yeah, I mean that's fine. That has to happen. It's just like if this Cali drops, I don't hate the Trick Room existing.
Yeah. I also think you can Volt Switch the Cali this next turn too. Because like we have a slow pivot here, and he also only has Glacial Lance. Like it's not boosted. It's not super effective. And also he knows that foul play should KO the Cali anyway here, so I think you can foul play and Volt Switch onto the Calyrex.
I'm also tempted to believe that maybe this thing is Terra Water. I don't understand why you wouldn't Terra away from the foul play unless he was scared of the freeze dry.
Yeah,
you want to drift or pivot back?
You Volt Switch for sure. There's Trick Room. You're already -1 special attack.
Yeah. That's true. We don't want to leave these boosts, these debuffs up.
Yeah, and terrain is going to go away in like 1 or 2 turns.
Come on, give me this horse. I need to put this thing back in the stable. I hate looking at it.
I used Cali Ice during last NAIC, and I also hate this thing. So
yeah,
I get it.
I don't know. I'm not into this freaking thing. Ooh,
granted, I was a part really tough NAIC.
Oh, so. Okay.
I imagine Lando. Oh, it's Miraidon. Okay, cool. That's fine.
Yeah, that's super fine.
And Trick Room is still active.
Yes, it is.
I think what you do here is after you Volt Switch, bring out Giratina.
I'm thinking Giratina. Yeah. I'm thinking Giratina is actually in a good position here now.
Yeah, That's not doing anything. That's definitely, I mean, it's behind screens, but I think that's probably Assault Vest would be my guess.
I think it's hard to say. It's quad resisted plus a light screen. So let's
I think you bring out
because if we go Giratina here, we can Shadow Force, and then the Helping Hand Shadow Force, not through Reflect. We already blew our Terra, so it's gonna take a little extra, but
yeah. I think you probably swap the, or not swap. I think you Psychic onto the Miraidon slot here.
Yeah,
or maybe you have to swap out for Rig. No, it doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, that's true. Not with the health right here, but we should consider a swap the following turn. I think we just Psychic and Shadow Force.
Yeah, Psychic Shadow Force is pretty safe here. His one Dark type is already on the field, so that's great.
All right, we're slower. We know that. Now the question is, does this? That should be okay. That's not going to be crazy damage.
That's fine.
Whoa, that is more than I expected. I'm not going to lie. But
it is unintimidated, so
hopefully this guy now targets into the Giratina.
That would be very nice.
Smart man. That's looking like
Trick Room should be ending here, though.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that could have been 6. I don't know. It was also 4 times the resist behind light screen, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I could see it being 6 too.
Now is it going to be back into the Calyrex, which is probably fine for us, or is the Lando coming out? Luckily, we get to wait and see this. Oh shoot, Ursh.
All right, cool. Well, that's a free bundle pivot right there.
Oh yes, sir. What's great is Ursh can't hit the Giratina because we'll be slower. We'll come out afterwards.
So I think you just freeze dry the Urshifu here in case it's Sash.
Yeah, I think you have.
Or in case
unfortunately.
he switches. No, it's fine. Because if he close combats too, then he's just gonna go down to the Shadow Force.
I know, but no, there's no Landorus, so the bundle is like infinitely less important here. We have the AV still.
Yeah, I think in a perfect world we don't bring bundle to this matchup just because of no Lando, but it's one of those things where like Lando is also very
it just can totally body us, so it makes sense. Oh, we're faster. Whoa.
Look at that damage though.
Yeah, that's beautiful damage.
Close combat, okay, that's fine.
Okay. I think it's Dazzling Gleam time personally.
Yeah, we bring up Miraidon, we go for the Dazzling Gleam, and then I think we actually Shadow Force the Urshifu slot here.
Okay, yeah. It's going to be an uphill one, Jimmeh. Although I suppose, yeah, I mean, all right, let's just see what happens.
I think you Dazzling Gleam. We're not in a great spot. I think bringing Bundle kind of hurt us in the end game.
Yeah, I mean, us bringing Bundle and then calling it out and not bringing Lando is sort of the thing here. But it's fine. Let's just Shadow Force this slot.
Yep, Shadow Force D-Gleam. No big deal. Yeah, he can't paralyze us with Grimmsnarl. He's going to Spirit Break, hopefully the Giratina.
That would be beautiful. That's an in for us. I mean, he's been playing well. Realistically, this goes into the Miraidon. We take another chunk and our special attack is down.
Yep, he Spirit Break the Giratina. Let's go.
No, that's an in, man. That's an in.
So now, also, whatever comes in, let's say Miraidon comes in, right?
Right.
Miraidon's going to absolutely hate taking the Shadow Force and not be able to do damage to Giratina because it should be faster than us. Meaning he has to either Draco Meteor the Miraidon or
I don't think Dazzling will kill. I think he has to.
None of those are good.
Yeah, no, he has very, very poor options now, and we have the Shadow Sneak later.
Yeah, I think you have to Dazzling.
We kind of have to get damage down on this Grim, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we drift the Grim?
I could see a drift too. I could see drift being good.
Because
Terra Electro Drift, yeah.
Because I'm thinking that the Shadow Force plus Sneak will KO this Miraidon, but it's going to be a lot harder to hit this Grimmsnarl.
Yeah, kill that Grim. I'm with it.
Okay.
He's gonna Terra, possibly Fairy.
Oh, yeah, maybe he's trying to go. Yeah, look, he's scared of the Draco. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's actually so good for us, though.
Yeah, that should be fine.
It's actually so good. This does nothing for him except get a little extra chip on Miraidon.
Okay, Reflect makes sense.
Yep, that's fine.
Whoa!
We're fast, too.
This team is weird, bro. All right, we need this Grim to drop, though.
Boom.
Okay. Now we need to live the Dazzling.
So no, so this is perfect. So now here's what's gonna happen. Miraidon's gonna
Dazzling.
live unless he throws out a Draco. Yep, Miraidon's gonna live. We get to go for Electro Drift onto the Miraidon next turn because we're faster. And then we get to Shadow Force the Calyrex, and we win off the spot, like on the spot.
Oh, heck yeah! Light screen's gone.
Yep, so Electro Drift is now perfect, and then
Bro,
we Shadow
this was
Force
a
the
hairy
Calyrex.
game, but we definitely pulled this out. It was the Spirit Break into the wrong slot that literally won us the game.
That was huge, and also just Shadow Force buys us a couple turns through Trick Room sometimes, which is really nice too.
Okay, so
yeah,
the question is...
Electro Drift Miraidon.
Okay,
because
yes. Yep.
And Light Screen is gone.
So now
and
we
Shadow
just force into
the
the
guaranteed KO.
Yeah, into the Cali, right? Now, there's no world where that Miraidon lives this, right? That's important.
No.
This is your damage roll. This is Light Screen Miraidon.
No, there's no Light Screen. It literally just ended last turn.
Oh, right. Okay, never mind.
So I was the only way they win that is if it's a speed tie and they win the speed tie now.
Yes, I'm with you now. Okay,
Goodbye.
bro. This game alone almost just sold me on AV Miraidon. That was a beautiful performance.
AV Miraidon has very quickly become one of my favorite things in this format.
Absolutely.
Also, goodbye, Calyrex. At least not now, but later. No, this is fine. That's really
better.
good. It doesn't matter. It does not matter because now let's say he lives the. Whoa, you're frozen on my screen. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Everything's cool over here. It's probably a Discord issue. I can fix that in just a second.
So this is really good
now
because if he glacials, he misses, we get damage, and then even if he lives the Phantom Force, which he shouldn't, we have Shadow Sneak. Yep.
Okay. Here comes the Glacial
You're
Lance.
totally frozen on my end, so let's see.
Okay, goodbye Miraidon. 07, big salute. Thank you for your service. I want to see if this. I want to see how much damage it's. This should absolutely KO.
There is Reflect, which is concerning, but
I ain't concerned.
It should be okay.
Come on, Giratina. That's what's up.
Boom. No crit required. Look at that.
True Reflect, bro. All right, Fung. We appreciate you, brother.
And again, we basically did that Amon down. Bundle did essentially
seriously.
nothing that game but die.
Yeah, but dude, man, it's really interesting. I have to say, it's very interesting to me that this team offers as much bulk as it does. We spent a few turns doing like 10% or like 5% damage chunks.
Yeah, I mean, you essentially have Assault Vest on. You have Assault Vest on Miraidon. You have Intimidate. You have a +1 defense boosting item on Farigiraf. Bundle is also very defensive into like water and ice types, which is great. Giratina is very fat. Like, there is a surprising amount of bulk on this team.
We got the Lunala Lunadon. Oh, there's the Dragapult. We're going to show him who's the better Force user.
I think this is a great opportunity to actually lead Giratina. Because I can see a Tailwind play off rip or a like Trick Room play. I think either or is really good for him, and Giratina is good into both of those.
Well, we got to cover for an Indeedee lead then, too, because Terra Fairy Follow Me Indeedee looks kind of bad.
Yeah, so I think you go Incin and Giratina. Because we have the taunt option to stop the Follow Me.
Yeah, that's
and
nicer.
And we have, I think you go for...
Want you Miraidon in the back for sure. The
Miraidon and... I want to say Farig. I think Farig is actually pretty decent.
Yeah, Frig
here.
looks good against blocking Gale Wings. Not excited about Meowscarada, but as long as we deal with that appropriately with Dazzling Gleam and Instant, it should be okay.
Yeah, it's either Farig or Bundle, and I think Bundle isn't super great here. If they go for the Trick Room mode, Bundle is immediately useless.
Yeah, no, no part of me wants to go Bundle against Tailwind and Trick Room.
Yeah. Especially
man, let's rip this one up.
Right.
Let's see the Giratina lead go crazy. Yeah, I think
outside of their own Dragapult, I think Giratina lead is kind of perfect.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So you can either knock off the Lunala, Shadow Force it, you can Hard Swap into Farig because it's a normal type here. I think Tailwind makes a lot of sense. You could even go for like Parting Shot onto the Lunala. I think Knockoff and Shadow Sneak could work too.
I wonder, yeah, so that's interesting. Knockoff Shadow Sneak.
We will
is
eat
really
a
cool.
Moongeist Beam, by the way.
You will?
Yeah.
All right,
I could be. This is probably Meteor Beam would be my guess, actually, but
that's true. Yeah.
I think Parting Shot might even be better here.
Yeah.
I think Parting Shot is better. Parting Shot and Shadow Sneak.
Yep, I like that better. Let's see, do we force a Terra? We do.
Yep,
Makes sense. Yeah, Meteor Beam.
Fairy.
Meteor Beam is gonna suck here, that's for sure.
Yep, Terra Fairy. But we should eat a Moongeist Beam, and if he goes for Meteor Beam, that's also not bad, because we still have other options. Yeah, it's not going to do anything because of the Shadow Shield.
Whoa.
Turn.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, you know what we should have done? We should have clicked Fake Out and Shadow Sneak. I'm stupid.
Dude, I honestly wanted to do that very badly.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I was like, man, if we could get the Fake Out and force the Terra, it is so much pressure here.
Let's see, is he going to Trick Room that?
At
this play, he might be Trick Rooming.
I kind of not upset by that.
Not either. Moongeist. Okay, yeah, we should eat it.
All right, yeah, and I mean, unboosted, we're definitely going to eat this.
Yeah, not well, but we're going to eat it. Parting Shot goes out.
Okay, dip out of here.
But hey, guess what? He just set his terrain.
Yo, I know what that means. We got to steal it back, boss.
And this is a matchup where, like, Assault Vest Miraidon is about to go so crazy.
Oh, yeah, this is going to just brutally destroy this. At this point, also, Giratina's faster than both of these, so...
it should be, yeah.
So, like, I'm not thinking that Shadow Force is off the table here. Like, I want to just... It sucks, because
I don't think it is yet. I think what you do is you probably go for Terra Electric here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
but
just Electro Drift the Lunala.
It's just going to be a follow me from the Indeedee for sure.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think you do that and you swap into Farigiraf.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's free. What are they going to do? They get to maybe click Meteor Beam, and they're already at -1, so it'll just be a neutral hit instead of a +1.
Yeah, that Parting Shot's making these following turns a lot softer.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to go for it, because I'm like,
yeah, I
worst
mean,
case scenario, he Meteor Beam.
Fake Out Sneak would be sweet, but I see this play too.
Is this Groudon?
It's got to be Groudon.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Chat, I forgot there was a Groudon there.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. That also escaped me.
I also forgot there was a Groudon. He's gonna Terra?
Is there Trick Room?
No, that's ours. Okay, I thought that was his for a second.
What is the Indeedee doing? No follow me. He's not clicking raw Psychic, right? It's got to be Trick Room.
Probably.
Oh, whoa. Interesting.
Whoa. Okay, well, that's a free Volt Switch on the Indeedee then.
Yeah, now we can guarantee that.
I think you Volt Switch into Groudon, or into Giratina here.
Into... What?
Volt Switch into the...
Oh, I thought... I was like, what? Never mind, I'm following you. I was
Volt Switch pivot into Giratina. So Volt Switch the Indeedee.
Volt Switch the Frig, switch the Frig to Giratina, then you guarantee the Volt Switch on our own Giratina. I got it. I got you.
Yeah. So Volt Switch there, and then probably just foul play the...
Yeah, I think just foul play the Groudon.
We're at +1 defense, so like this Groudon really doesn't scare Furrig at this point.
No, it does not.
Dude, Groudon, I wish Groudon was better.
Me too, dude. It's a great mon. If only it had accurate hits. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we just eat your bird.
Either this is Focus Sash and your tail, or you're not, and Tailwind is off the table.
It is Sash.
Yep. Cool, that's fine.
Now the question is are we going back into Giratina here? I think we kind of are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because then also we get Shadow Sneak action, no Tailwind from that.
I would say if he wants to try and set Tailwind, thinking that he has the surprise factor, like we have Shadow Sneak, it's fine.
Also, Psychic Terrain won't do it. Levitate looking good there.
Nice Precipice Blades, idiot.
Okay.
And, it's Life Orb.
Life Orb. It's kind of good damage. I think we do what we're going to do, man. I think we just sneak and foul play again.
I think he might swap into Indeedee here on the Talonflame slot, but I think that's kind of worth it.
Okay, I see that. Yeah, I was about to say if Indeedee comes in on the Groudon slot, then it doesn't matter they're flying type, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah. I think it's like he'll probably swap into Indeedee, but I think overall that's fine. I think you just stay in.
I mean, yeah. All right, let's go for it. So just
I think Shadow Sneak Foul Play is good because also he's taking Life Orb Chip here, or he's protecting. Like I think we're gonna get more out of this than he will, no matter what he does. So yeah, Shadow Sneak, goodbye.
Okay, there's that gone. Got to do with a Terra Fairy Luna in the back.
Yeah, that's crunch.
Holy sh! Oh, no wonder. I was like, what the heck?
That's a crit. Okay, cool,
that
buddy.
Makes this a lot harder.
I agree. It really does. Ensign comes out though, and we have Intimidate.
Now Ensign's here for sure.
He's gonna bring out Indeedee or Lunala. Yep.
Did we confirm if our Giratina is faster than the Groudon?
We didn't, but I imagine it is.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. I just don't want to Phantom Force because the Indeedee is still in the back.
No, so I think he's going to swap Groudon to Indeedee because he's intimidated.
That's what I'm thinking.
So I think going for Shadow Force on the Lunala slot is pretty safe.
Yeah, I see that. And then I think you just knock off
Groudon.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
Here, show me that.
This is definitely a read, but it's pretty safe.
It's better than some of the other reads we've been ripping. Let's do this one.
I think the only way this is bad is if he just stays in, clicks Precipice Blades, and then he
crits again. Gets
Indeedee in and gets rid of our terrain later. But if he does that, I think we'll be fine the next turn. He's gonna protect. That's cool.
Is now Meteor Beam coming out? That would suck.
I hope he Moongeists the Giratina. I think that's what he's gonna do.
I kind of think you're right. If he didn't Meteor Beam turn 1, I think he's going for Moongeist again.
That's the cool thing about Shadow Force, man. It allows for some really like unique plays.
Okay.
Terrain is gone. That's fine.
So now we got to think through this. I think we still do this. We know that we're going to get a huge Phantom Force off into the Lunala, and then it's going to KO us and return with...
Yeah, I think you either double the Lunala here with a knockoff onto it, or you knock off the Groudon.
I'm trying to think who's a bigger pain in the butt to deal with. It's probably the...
I think you knock off the Groudon.
I think it's the Groudon too. It's just the Follow Me is going to be a pain in the butt to get around.
Though. It's big damage.
That's pretty good damage though. Jesus.
Moonblast. Okay.
All right, so now we lose the...
Oh no, he went for Instant. P-Blades? We were fast. No life orb?
What the heck? Okay. No way, bro.
Do we live this now? I don't think so. Probably not.
Oh, yes, we do!
We do live!
Our cat's got the moves, bro. Okay, now we're in the driver's seat.
I think you Dragon Claw the Groudon here.
Yes, bro. Every day of the week we do.
Because obviously, like, we can Shadow Force, we could Protect too.
You want to fish? You want to fish for a Protect here, and just knock off again?
That might be safer. I think Protect knockoff is actually safer. Yeah.
Because this feels like the most insanely obvious Moonblast Protect Groudon.
I think the only difference is that like he can't Moonblast safely into.
Yeah, but he can switch. He can switch Indeedee then.
Okay, cool. Nice.
It's fine. It's fine. This is okay.
I think he's most likely here. I imagine he's going to go for Follow Me stuff later, but now that we have terrain control, we should be able to click like Snarl or Dazzling Gleam pretty safely.
Yes, I think so. Come on, show me the attack into the Giratina. It was so threatening. You saw the damage. It's freaking you out.
Did he Trick Room? He did Trick Room.
Huh.
No, that's fine. You, Shadow Force the Indeedee here, or Shadow Force the Lunala slot.
That makes...
And then knock off the Indeedee again. Or taunt the Indeedee.
I think we want to taunt the Indeedee. I think... No,
actually, wait, could we swap into Miraidon here with Giratina? How much health do we have? Yeah.
We're Terra Electric. Yes, we do that. Yes, I love
Miraidon,
that,
and then...
you want to knock off?
I think you knock off the Indeedee.
Yeah, I think we just got to keep chipping this thing.
Yeah, we actually don't want to KO the Indeedee right here. I forgot we even had Miraidon in the back for a second.
Okay. This is a very, very nice position here. No super effective damage. We have the Assault Vest up.
Dazzling Gleam.
That
Okay.
does nothing.
Knockoff. Cool.
Dang, nice.
Ooh. I wasn't expecting that to KO with
Yeah, me neither.
damage roll there. Moonblast.
Okay, into the
Instant.
instant
Okay.
is interesting. So now we
so
know.
Precipice Blades is bad.
Yeah, but aren't we?
He's
man.
also no Life Orb anymore. So I don't know.
You
if
gotta
he was actually
expect.
KO'd.
You gotta expect a double into the
Hold on 1 second.
Shadow Sneak.
That's what I'm picking right now. Shadow Sneak does about 16 to 18% depending on their spread, and their Life Orb.
I think we can nail him, dude.
I think Shadow Sneak is worth it here.
I think we sneak the Groudon and just drift into that Lunala.
I think you sneak and D-Gleam, if anything, on the off chance we don't pick up with the sneak.
Yeah, okay.
Because that should be enough either way. We'll eat 2 hits from the Lunala. It's just a matter of do we KO the Groudon or not.
Giratina, you've been scouted to this team for a reason. It's time to pick up your Grisius core and deliver.
I ran my calc into a bull Groudon. Oh. He can miss. 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 He can miss.
Yo! Yes! This viewer is why we are not using Groudon and using Giratina instead. I think Groudon is a more scary pick than Giratina. Yo, nice call on the D-Gleam because, yeah, now that the Giratina's gone, we needed that extra damage.
Yeah, our win con there was either Shadow Sneak picks up or he gets the miss. So we got one of the two that we needed.
Give me this big KO.
And that's dead. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Bat.
Also, they had a weird spread on that Groudon too.
Yeah, that was.
Because they were like just about like 20-ish% health. I guess it could have been like,
I am the Senate. All right.
I am the Senate.
The Emperor cleans it up for us. Beautiful. All right, man. That, again, a little hairy, but I'm happy with the way that went down.
Let's run one more. I think we can get a clean game next game.
Yeah, I'm totally down for it. Let's take one convincing W here. Okay, here we go.
Okay, this is great.
Here we go. This is manageable.
Miraidon bundle.
Yeah, this is easy Kyogre stuff. We're sashed up, plus we're AV Dragon
Miraidon
type.
bundle, Giratina.
Giratina.
Free.
And then the question is how probably Farig.
Farig does not actually do that much for us here.
Really?
Yes. I think Incin is better.
Got into the Surging Strikes and the Kyogre. I'll take your advice. That sounds a little spooky to me.
It sounds scary, but the fake out pressure in the mid game is really good against these like Tailwind teams.
All right, brother. You're the captain
Miraidon
of
bundle
this
is
ship.
also Miraidon bundle is also insanely good into like Torn Ogre.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
Terra Grass is useless against Freeze Dry, and if
So
I
you
want to
just
just
blow it
click
up no matter
D-Gleam
what.
Freeze Dry, I can. If I want to click Snarl Freeze Dry, I can. If I want to Volt Switch anything, like it gives, I have all the options in the world depending on what I want to do.
Absolutely.
I think the only thing that scares me into that lead is Scarf Ogre, but since we're Sash bundled, it doesn't matter how much damage they do. We're going to eat any one hit, and we will outspeed everything else on this team.
Mwah. Chef's kiss.
Dude, Iron Bundle has also become one of my favorite mons in this
Yes,
format.
I'm
He's
not gonna
so
lie,
good
dude.
right now.
I think Bundle and Mirai feels like incredible together.
Especially because now you can run Focus Sash on Bundle and also have the speed boost. Like he's just Flutter main but faster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which can be critical, man. Being the fastest +1 user in the format is great.
And then also having to freeze dry into the grass types that Miraidon can't hit is really good.
So this is interesting.
Terra Electric Icy Wind Snarl is probably super safe. He can't wide guard anything.
Is it booster? Is booster
well,
flutter? What is this flutter set, you think?
Like, let's see. Yep.
Okay, so it's gonna be speed booster.
Yeah, Icy Wind, Terra Electric Snarl, I think is pretty free.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, because we're AV. So we won't be faster than the Flutter Mane, but we'll always be faster than the Kyogre.
We'll outspeed Ogre, and that's enough. And we're Assault Vest, so. And also, he has to respect Freeze Dry here.
And
yep, he's gonna pair immediately. We're gonna get some super effective Icy Wind.
Hold.
Oh, that is us. I keep forgetting. Every time I'm not piloting the team, this happens. But whenever I'm piloting, it's fine.
Okay. I just need the Snarl to land in the Ogre. There's the Terra.
Look at that. He's gonna Terra Grass. What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you?
Absolutely, man. Every day of the week. So that means it's a super free Freeze Dry next turn. Although their own Icy Wind plus like Origin Pulse or Spout would be
still gonna outspeed. It's fine. Like, yeah, I think Origin Pulse scares us more. But look at that damage, dude.
Yeah, that's incredible chip.
And that's just Icy Wind. And he Moonblast too.
Oh,
cool.
That's fine. That means the bundle is in such a safe position.
Like special attack drop is annoying, but we get the Snarl too, so it's fine.
Yeah, also, like, I think the bundle is actually the bigger offensive threat for us in this position. Whoa!
Okay. All right, dude. I see you.
Whoa! Uncalled for. Foul play, sir. Oh, come on!
No.
That's bad.
No, that felt so good up until then. Okay, well, I think you Volt Switch the Flutter Mane and Protect.
Let me think. Is there a world where you want to...
Yeah.
I think you drift the Flutter, right?
You want to...
Could you drift Flutter and go Giratina? Maybe
I think drifting
around.
Flutter is probably better.
I think drift to pick up the KO.
Freeze Dry. I think drift and Freeze Dry.
Okay.
I think you just rip it here.
Okay. Into the Kyogre though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if they protect the Flutter, it's going to be...
Yeah, because I think we might lose Bundle, but if we lose Bundle here, at this point, he's paralyzed. It doesn't matter that much. We're faster.
Whoa. Did we just speed tie?
No shot.
Well, he was faster than us the first turn, right?
Yeah. But that just means he's Speed Booster, but like a weird, bulky Speed Booster.
Hold on, we dropped him by 1, and he went first. And then this turn, his speed was the same, and we went first.
Yeah, no, I think he's a bulky Speed Booster. So, like, he's probably hitting, like, I don't know.
Wow, that's so weird.
Whimsicott, okay. So he gets to Tailwind.
I don't think
if we weren't paralyzed, we would outspeed Kyogre here still.
I think, what do we do now? Do we Snarl again? Do we switch out on the Whims?
I think... I want to say Snarl and let Bundle go down. Bundle's not... The moment he got paralyzed, Bundle's not doing anything anymore. He's not doing what he needs to do. I think you Snarl and Freeze Dry the Kyogre.
Yeah, I want to just put damage on the board still. I mean, like, maybe this guy goes
so
for
he's
pulse.
-1, but we're +1, but we're paralyzed, so we're only, like...
Oh, wait!
But he could miss.
You know what? I'll take it. That's fine. That's fine. I would rather take 2 damage on Bundle than like 40 or 50 damage onto Miraidon. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and so he'll be -2 here, which is great. We bring out Giratina.
What's the other restricted? It's Calice?
Probably Urshifu. I think
true.
so. You bring out Giratina and you go for Shadow Force onto the Kyogre slot.
Yeah.
I think you Shadow Force Kyogre and Volt Switch Kyogre, actually.
We're gonna go... Are we... Oh, we're not faster than it now, right?
Yeah, because he just set Tailwind, so I think we Volt Switch Kyogre and we just double it.
Yeah, as long as we're slower, that's safe, because I don't want to Volt Switch into an Origin Pulse, but this is fine.
Yeah.
Because then you got that sweet...
Yep, that's fine, too.
Okay.
Yeah, means he's not doing a lot of damage.
No harm, no foul, brother.
Like, he's staying in, he's -2, we resist on Giratina, we're Assault Vest, like, it's fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
I think this is a turn to actually swap Miraidon into Incin. Because either he stays in and potentially KOs it with an Origin Pulse, and then we get Miraidon back in for free. Or he swaps into, like, Urshifu and has Focus Sash intact.
We really just need the health on Giratina, honestly.
I would say we don't really need Incin at this point. Like,
what we do need to do is we do need to be able to chip this Whimsicott down because Moonblast will start to stack on Giratina.
He's already -1. I think he just swapped into instant. And
Oh,
we're fine.
yeah, you're right. At -1, it's probably less of a problem.
I think it should bring us down to about half.
Honestly, this is beautiful. I love this.
Calyrex, okay.
Okay, great. I'll take instant Giratina versus this Calyrex.
I guess Snarl would have been better here, but let's see. Please protect like an idiot.
No, we want full send. We want a clean.
I also like again. I don't really care if we lose instant at this point. He's clear amulet. He's not doing much.
I don't think we can.
He's gonna miss Origin Pulse. I feel it in my bone. Fuck.
Yeah, look at we barely.
He's -2 though.
Half. We barely
he's -3.
more than half. Yeah, he's -3,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's just Wims and Calyrex versus the world.
Yeah, and now all we do is we click Fake Out and Shadow Force onto the Calyrex, and that should just be game.
Yep. We already terrored, right?
He already terrored. He was Terra Grass.
No, dude, we already terrored. We terrored the Miraidon.
We Terra Electric, yeah.
Yeah. God dang, man. Terra
It was just because that
Miraidon.
Flutter made.
Okay. Fake Out you. And Shadow
And
Force.
he can't prankster encore us into a bad spot here.
No, he can
only has
encore
one
us into
turn of
the
Tailwind after this next turn.
He can encore us into the move that we want to click.
Yep.
I suppose like a bad scenario is what it.
I don't think there is one. I gotta be real with you. I don't think there is one.
Yeah, I mean, this KOs every time, this Calyrex?
It won't KO, but it'll get it very low to where, like, Shadow Sneak should pick up.
Okay.
I think Crit Moonblast is the biggest issue. He taunts us. Okay.
Bro.
I don't know why. Yeah, he just taunted the Dark type. Good job.
You can't, bro. You can't, bro. All right, let's watch this sick animation. That's all I care about.
Also, dude, the animation for Shadow Force is so clean.
Great.
Just knock
So
off
great.
and...
I think we just
that's
knock
it.
off
Also,
into
the best part about Shadow Force is you don't even have to click anything. You lock in, knock off, and that's it. Okay, cool. Yeah, Tailwind.
Please be faster. Be faster than our Giratina. Too bad.
I would say him being faster than Giratina is actually optimal. There it is.
Giratina's a monster, bro.
Oh, no crit required once again. That is a roll to KO, but that's super good for us.
That's beautiful. Sash Wims.
Game.
Parting
Parting shot
out.
Parting shot protect.
Yup.
Just slow play it. It should be game. Yep, there it is. Also, that would have been so much cleaner if we just didn't get paralyzed on the bundle. That's all I would have asked for.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if the bundle stays unparalyzed, that game becomes like way easier. All right, bro. Let's throw it back to the lab. I always like to return back to team preview. Let's see if we have any final thoughts, and let's get out of here.
I mean, we had some sketchy games, but Giratina pulled it off every time. Like,
yeah, I agree. So that was at the end of the day, we ended up like what 3-1, just 3-1. We had the one loss against the Groudon team.
The Groudon team. Yeah.
Okay, so Groudon can be a little bit spooky, perhaps. But overall...
He can be, but he also gets absolutely dumpstered by Giratina. We just ran into things that was like Groudon plus X was really bad for our team.
Sure. Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Because Giratina
I think like Groudon Lunala is hard because
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay, so interesting. The Treads did not really come to these games. The Treads was not necessary, which is sad because I do think the Earthquake Levitate stuff under Electric Terrain would be super goated.
It came in super clutch for me a lot during the GC, but we also did run into two Groudon teams, one of which had a Ho-Oh, and then a Kyogre team. And like all three of those are awful for Iron Treads.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, Iron Treads feels like one of those mons that's it's like a matchup patcher. It's not a universally good mon to bring into a bunch of games, but it's super good into the modes where it is super good into. But the AV Mirai, yeah, I mean, I started the video off by being like, I don't have much experience with this. I'm ending it by saying this thing is a legit threat. Yeah, it's very cool. It's a different play style for sure. But yeah, I was very happy. I felt very comfy clicking these bulky moves.
Yeah, no, like I mean, like, I don't know. I think this is like my favorite way to play Miraidon now, where it's like, I don't even have the Draco Meteor, but I don't care because I'm just either reducing your damage, pivoting out, or soaking up hits. Like, I don't really need to be one-shotting everything in the game if I can just win slowly.
Yeah, you know what's funny is like this team also, as you look at it, doesn't offer a ton of damage. You don't have a lot coming out of Frigg. You don't have a lot coming out of Incin. You don't have a lot coming out of Iron Bundle. Like situationally, the bundle dropping Freeze Dries and the Frigg dropping Foul Plays can be decent output. But even the Miraidon, I mean, it is a Miraidon. Terra, you can't sleep on Terra Electric drifts and terrain. But like a lot of the damage is like on the back of Giratina, and I think it held up. I mean, there was like, small 1 HP nonsense roll misses, but for the most part, I was really happy chunking things for like 80% with Raw Shadow Force.
Well, and we didn't even get a chance to really show off Helping Hand for Rigorath doing much, but like Helping Hand helps supplement a lot of that damage, where it's just like, yeah, Helping Hand, Dazzling Gleam, Helping Hand, Terra Electric, Volt Switch or Drift, Terra Ghost, Helping Hand, Shadow Force. Like, again, Terra Ghost, Helping Hand, Shadow Force will one-shot pretty much any neutral target in the game.
Yeah, so that's like, and also like
crazy.
You can't be faked out in that position, in that board state either. I mean, there's nothing, no fake out going into the Armor Tail, not that it would affect the Helping Hand anyways, but then the Giratina is also immune to it, and this Giratina is huge and chunky. So yeah, I mean, any of you guys out there watching that want to give this a shot, don't shy away from that combination. Yeah, we couldn't find the board positioning to make it work today, but if you're looking for supplementing the damage output on this team, it's HH plus Giratina for sure.
Absolutely. And also, again, like when you have something like, if you can position the Shadow Force turns, obviously, like we showed it off a lot there, where it's just like, yeah, you can dodge damage and also get damage in at the same time. You can stall out Trick Room or Tailwind with it. And then if you can pair that with Helping Hand or Earthquake from Iron Treads and Terrain, like it has a lot of really good opportunities. My favorite thing that we didn't even get a chance to do is like lead Miraidon for Rigorath and click Volt Switch in Trick Room. At which point, you bring in Giratina under Trick Room and it like up against a faster team.
Yeah.
You Shadow Force and like Foul Play or Psychic something. Giratina dodges the hit, and then you Helping Hand and absolutely obliterate something. Like it's a very flowcharty thing.
Yeah. Nice.
The alternative is also go Miraidon Giratina, Volt Switch into Farigarath or Heart Switch into Farigarath and Shadow Force. Then you set Trick Room.
Oh, beautiful.
At which point, then Giratina pops out, does damage, Trick Room goes up, and then you're in position again. Like,
yes. So there you go. Take notes, viewers, chat. Couple of easy flowcharty style lines if you're looking for a way to take a stab at this team early on.
The simplest thing to do is literally just Shadow Force Trick Room turn 1. If you're like up against a slow Trick Room team, you just go, all right, cool, they have a Kali Ice over there. I'm going to go ahead and click Terra Ghost, Shadow Force, off rip, and Trick Room. They can't fake you out. They can't stop that. And either they set Trick Room and then Giratina dodges the hit, or they don't set Trick Room, they attack you, and then you just Helping Hand and obliterate the Kali Ice the next turn.
Beautiful.
It's very clean.
Well, this team has convinced me. It passes. It passes the Storm test. I like it. I definitely think that, honestly, Giratina is something that I might have to tool around with a little more. At least it inspires me to look at some of these more unique mons. It'd be cool to adapt this for the best of 3
Careful,
format.
it's a dangerous path.
It's the dark. It's one of the darkest paths, my friend. All right, Jimmy, that's going to wrap it up for today. I told you I got to give you a spot to plug the channel and whatever else you've been working on. So listen up, people. What's Jimmy been up to?
I have been very busy in real life, so I have not had a whole lot of time to stream as much as I would like to, but starting sometime next week, I should be back on my regular schedule of like 3 days a week up until NAIC. Should be prepping a lot for that. Then we have, I'm currently in the process of uploading my entire most recent Global Challenge run using this team. So I have 2 videos uploaded already for the first like 7 or 8 battles, and then I have another 15-ish, something like that, to go. So probably like 3 or 4 more little videos on there. So if you want to see more of the team and just see like how it works a little bit better, I had a really good run on my day 2. I went 8-1 on my second day of the GC. Yeah. So the latter half of my uploads for that are going to be majority wins and very, very clean ones at that. If you want to see some like more optimal examples of this team instead of just playing a bunch of Groudon stuff, because that was weird. And then I think that's it. All my socials are just that guy Jimmeh. If you look me up on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, whatever, it's all the same name.
You have to look it up because I'm going to put all of it in the description. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, and I love playing Pokemon and yapping about it. So if you want to like be like, hey, what do you think of this Pokemon? Pop in the stream or something, or DM me or whatever, and just be like, hey, what do you think about this Pokemon? I'll be like, I don't know, I could probably make it work. I brought Wigglytuff to NAIC a year ago, so I think anything is possible. I also brought that Wigglytuff because I got top 4 in like 120-some person tournament with it before NAIC. So
listen
I
up,
use
people.
weird mons.
This is the guy to talk to.
The best team I ever brought had to have been the Polito team that I used in Reg H, and I top cut like literally like 15 tournaments, and then almost day 2 both Louisville and Toronto with Polito.
The frog
One of them had
team,
top
such
stroke on
fond
it.
memories, my friend.
The double frog was my
The
favorite.
double frog team was wonderful. You heard the man. Very, very friendly, chatty guy. Hit him up. Like I said, all the links, the socials, his channel, everything will be in the description. Please check out the boy. I think we're definitely going to have Jimmeh back on the channel. I got a couple more ideas about discussion-style videos, other fun showdown laddering challenges. There should be more cool stuff coming your way. But that's going to be it for us this afternoon. I will catch all of you Wednesday for stream as normal, and there should be more videos coming out in the future. That's it for your boy. Take care and have an excellent day, people. Peace.
Bye, friends.